everybody? It's LA. What's up with you? How you doing? I just want to tell y'all, hi, what's up with you? But this is LA. I want to have a little conversation. I tried to do a little extra, put my mask on, do this thing. But anyway, I want to have a good conversation I think we're going to talk about marriages. When you get married and you dream about getting married. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, my view on marriage, it can be fun and it can be sad and it can be real confusing and not, which is so pleasant. But marriage it's a both-way street. You got to think like you're together, not separate. Like when you first meet each other, you're like all in the dating, and you're ready to date. You're ready to, oh yeah, I'm gonna find me a man, and you dream of a man. You just dream of having your ideal mate. But just remember, ladies, this is what I want to tell y'all: every man or woman that you meet is different, and they all have something that you might not like about them and they may not like about you. Okay? It just depends on how much and what you're going to take, ladies and gentlemen, from anyone. But I did learn that whenever you get married or before you get married, you get rid of your hard feelings. Because sometimes you be hard feelings in your life of something else, and you be thinking like, you try not to be cruel about it. You try not to be, let it run you. So you try to be independent. You trying everything to show a person or a man or a female, that you're just the nicest and go-lucky person. But you got flaws. And he do too. Problem is, then you see more of your flaws and you hide them away because, sometimes we're ashamed of our faults or what happened to us in the past. And we're thinking we're over it. But sometimes you judge people. Sometimes you're harsh. And you need to really think before you talk. Just that simple. You need to think before you say something. To keep an honest, a good, long relationship with anybody, you first got to love yourself. Okay? Most women say, oh, I love myself. Girl, I love me. You don't know, because when you get hurt in you think you solved it by just walking away and it's over. But sometimes in your direction in your life and who you pick, they gets the downfall. Just like they was hurt and you get the downfall. It works both ways. The biggest problem I see about marriage is money. Money will stretch a couple to the max. And what I mean by that, one feels like they're paying all the bills. The other don't have the money hardly to pay the bills. They're really on a short budget. They don't have extra. So it gets real stressful with each other. So yes, it makes the other mad or you get mad, but you got to remember this. You said better or for worse. That means if both of you sick or if one of you gets sick, the other's supposed to take care of you. That's what he signed up for, or she did. No matter if you're broke or no matter if you don't have no money, both of you are supposed to work out your problems. But sometimes it's one-sided. It's always one wants where the other don't. And one has ideas that you don't agree with, but you go with because they're their own person. They can say and they're just going to do it. So you got to, sometimes saying stuff don't matter. What you say, that person wants to do it, they're going to do it. They're just because you're married don't mean that you can't make decisions what you're going to do and what you ain't. Okay? But it's supposed to be together. But sometimes the decisions, they're separate because it's just like lending money. Sometimes People don't tell that they lend the other money, or sometimes they figure they get the money back. They don't want you to see it, or you vice versa, because what's going to happen is it goes into the bills, or you need some of it, and they're not wanting to share. That just sometimes that happens. Money can be make a relationship go dull. And you have to remember this. You have to spend time with each other. You got to handle each other's emotional problems. In other words, talk to each other. Love on them. Give a little flirt on them. Say, hey, baby, you looking good. It's just like you got him. You still got to keep him. That's the problem. You know, we get married and we think this idea and we're going to be all this and all that in this couple relationship. But really, we have the same issues, the same problems as we did when we was dating, like girlfriend and boyfriend. Just because you get married don't change. It's just a piece of paper that you got. You got a piece of paper and it's a hold. You know, some people, they don't know what marriage is consenting to. And sometimes I do agree couples do not really know each other. It's a dating game in the beginning. And you think you got your Prince Carmen or you got your queen, and then you turn around, you don't like her or you don't like him, or you got their faults is more than yours. No, we all did dirt. The problem is you don't show all your dirt where I see it, or you don't show what you done. Okay, sometimes we don't know each other, but the thing is, we need to ask what you like and what you don't. And what's the deal? Because I can't, like you say, you can't read their minds. And that's true. My problem is with life and relationships, you try to read their minds because you want to keep a relationship. You want to figure out what makes them tick. What makes them go and come and want to be with you. Want to live eternal. But sometimes it ain't in the cards, because if both of you get sick at the same time, it's just kind of a mess. It really is, because the other going to feel like they want both of us at the same time. You know, it doesn't make no sense. You know, and you have to work on your relationship. You have to do just like you did when you first met a person. You got to show love to each other. You don't need to. Just remember, just because you're in a relationship don't mean that you can take, you can use, and you can just control everything and the other person has no disagreements. Bull crap. Women disagree, men disagree. You're still a person in this relationship. You was raised, but both of you raised different. That's the thing that will cause problems. It depends on what you want to take in a person and what you don't. You know, but sometimes we don't know what a person, really don't know a person and what they like and do, and you're trying to figure it out, but it's just like a puzzle. What direction do you go? The problem is you're supposed to be able to talk about that, but then it's defensive because the things you say sometimes hurt each other. It hurt each other, but you just got to remember, when you get somebody, they got faults. Okay, they got faults, they got things they done, they got things they keep in their head and think you don't know, but you know, you're not stupid, you know, and you don't try to read nobody's mind, because, you know, my problem is when you look straight in people's eyes, you think you know gestures, you think you know what's in their mind, but the problem is, really, do you know? By their gestures? No. That's a deception. Some you can't figure out that way. So you have to use another strategy. You have to figure out another way to make them tick and what they like and what they don't. And always show your love, a little romance, you know, like you need to go all places. You need to, you know, right now ain't the time to visit the world. But, you know, sometimes you can bring the world to them. Either if you come home and you got all these native, all these different kind of decorations that look like you in Hawaii, don't mean you in Hawaii, but it's an effort. It's like, oh, I love you. So I'm going to try to make everything pleasant, and I'm going to do spontaneous things. But sometimes in a relationship, they get to where they're just like ordinary. It's like, I ain't doing all that. They're not going to do what they did when they first met you. Some of them forget that you need your feelings dealt with. You need your emotions, that you care about them, that you love them. Because when you don't show emotion that you love them and care about them, they go in another direction thinking that you don't care about them. And they're just like, he care, but then he don't, because he don't put no efforts. He don't put petals on the bed. But sometimes when you get older, it's like, I'm too sick for this, or but you gotta make time for the person's emotional, feeling like that you love them, like you give a about them. Because sometimes in relationships, you forget that person has emotionals that got you and her together. Him and you got together because of the care and concern and the love that you show for that person. Because when you take that all away and you just act like it's nothing and it doesn't bother you, what happens is you both get old, you both get bored, and you both just start arguing over simple things. Money and life is two different things. Yeah, we got to pay your bills. Everybody do. But just remember, you can't expect your mate to do everything, because that's the problem. It says in the Bible that a man is supposed to take care of his household. He's the main provider. But sometimes it doesn't work like that. Y'all know that, ladies and gentlemen, better not do. Okay? It doesn't work like that. But a woman feels like, in her perspective, she should have money when she wants it. But the other feel like you just gonna, they feel like it's not equal. I can understand that, but sometimes you give and give, and in the end, you feel like you're not getting. You're getting taken, you get to waking up, well, why the heck I'm doing all this? You're doing this because one of y'all gonna pay more than the other. It's the way it is about a relationship. I don't care if you both had your bills straight. It's gonna come a time where the other, you're supposed to take over. Like I said, gentlemen, you know what the Bible says. If you read the Bible, you're supposed to take care of your family. It ain't all supposed to be the woman. The woman is supposed to be, she's supposed to take care of the house, take care of the cleaning, take care of the babies, but that's not what we do anymore. What we do, we work just like men. We talk just like, we want to be head and be just like them, but you got to remember, you can't. When you're married, both of you got to do your roles. There's a queen and a king. And the king wants you to, that's because when he wants you, let him handle it. But the problem with that, do a king really want all the responsibility without complaining? No, they're not going to do that. They're either going to be unhappy because their money's short, because there's not enough money floating through the house. That's a problem in relationships. But money should not be the part of your relationship. If it is, it ain't going to work. You're going to have a hardship. You're going to be fighting all the time. You're going to be thinking one doing more than the other. Me, I'm more or less say, I try to do what I can. Just go ahead and pay for it. Trick it. Because arguing is stupid to me. It's just stupid. I used to feel like arguing was the key to life. But let me tell y'all something. Arguing does not solve one thing. All it does is make y'all more powerful, and all the babies show up, if you noticed, because of all the fights and all the, from being mean and wanting money. Money's going to come and go. There's days you ain't going to have no money. What if one of you stop income? What you going to do then? You're going to have to depend on the other. When you're married, it's like one, but it's not. It's just like you got one and you got the other. And when you get down to nickel, nobody wants to give all 5 cents to the other. They too big on, I need this money. Money rules the world. And money sometimes rules people because they want to be perfect. They want a perfect life, but sometimes that's taken away because of the life that you've done. And your body is done went. And so therefore you're going to have to pay for what you did. That's what makes things hard for a person. They don't go back in their own time of what they've done. Because When you get sick and your body gets broke down, you got to fight. It's going to hurt. Oh, yeah, I'm in pain every day. But you got to figure out a way to make it pleasant for you in your house and yourself. You got to figure out what to deal with your pains and your moans and your groans. Because I'm going to tell you something, people, if you want a true marriage to be all the way, it's no true marriage. Everybody going to fight. Everybody going to argue. And then there's going to be disagreements. And the best person with the best ideas going to win. And when it comes to money, that's the biggest problem in relationships, especially when it's gone almost. So you have to think of a way to make it better and stop being spiteful. Show your man that you love them just like they should show that they love you. And stop all this, worrying about the things that you shouldn't worry about. Because money, you can't take it to the grave. Believe me, when you're gone, you're not getting no money. You're going back naked just like you returned. So you got to think of it like this. This money, sometimes money make you go into debt. You'll start buying everything and you know you shouldn't. But you do it because you got it and it's tempting. That's why they call it America. America goes by a new man. Then these people sometimes people got to have name brand this. Everything got to be on fleet. But you know what? That don't go with me when I'm dead. Where go with you? Your naked butt. None of that money, none of the stuff that you thought you had, all the things you think you're going to get. But in the end, it was just you and your naked butt in the casket. You got this little suit or the dress or whatever you put over it, but at the end, it's just you. Your hair, everything goes back to where it came. So I'm telling you something. Don't make money the rule of your relationship because it can be a problem. It can be because you got different kinds of people. You can love everybody in the world, but you also got to love yourself. And you got to remember, both of y'all together does it not make him to where he has to take care of everything and he got to pay everything. Yeah, you're going to have your disagreements that you can't pay for. But remember, gentlemen, you need to read the Bible. Who is the provider of the house, more or less than the woman? The woman's supposed to go in there and take care of the food and all the other stuff. And, sometimes when you ask a woman for all their money or you want them to pay more money that they paying out bills themselves and you get more in debt and then they disagree with you, they just go along with you because they feel like you made a decision. And it's okay because everybody makes decisions. But the problem is when the money's gone and low, we can't complain. We can't complain, y'all, when we spend all our money. We have to step up and do another thing and figure another way. Because in relationship, it's going to be a shortage of money sometimes. And you want to take your kids on vacation. But right now, it ain't wise because if you go on vacation, you might find yourself in the hospital with the corona. I don't want that. So what I'm telling y'all is a long relationship is a bunch of compromising. You have to compromise. And then there's going to be days you don't get everything you want, your emotions met. And what I mean by that, you're feeling like just flattery every time you wake up, nice things. You try to flatter the other, but when you don't get no response, you stop doing it. I had to learn what love was as far as saying I love you because I didn't say it a lot in my family, but I learned that word means a lot. When you don't hear it at all, it's really a sad case and a sad day. But just remember, if you want to have a good relationship, people, don't let nothing mess it up because people in this world, they ain't happy with their own self. They just ain't happy, They're not happy with themselves. So they come and they want more and more. And is there any nothing but that devil trying to destroy your house? I mean, he coming to your house to get change. He want the quarters, nickels, and the dollars and everything. But money don't rule me. If I'm broke, as long as I got my health and my loved ones that love me, care about, we'll be broke together and we'll deal with it together. That's how a relationship should be. But sometimes it's one-sided because one thing the other got more than the other. But at the end of the day, when you're gone, that stuff goes to the other. So it doesn't matter. It still come down to being all one. So stop thinking that you paying more than the other. Because in the end, that's you signed for a relationship to show love and care for your family and do whatever you can for your family, people. Your family needs you more than all them arguments and over money. But women, we supposed to get our hair done, nails done, stuff, but sometimes you can't get that. You're going to have to compromise the things you love. And if you dealt with a lot of stuff, of medicines and stuff, you just going to have to pay for them because you have no choice. But you got to remember, somebody got to take the slack in your family. Who is going to be? That's the problem. Because we don't want one to think the other is doing more than the other because they get suspicious and they be thinking, oh, you just said, no, money don't rule me. Money is the thing that you need. Paper ain't going to be available. Pretty soon it's going to be card anyway. So be thankful for the things you got in your couples. Stop more or less arguing over money. That's the biggest thing I tell everybody. If money is the rule of your relationship, you have nothing. Because when you go back, when you both get to leaving this earth, you're going back naked. You ain't finna have no money with you. So you need to stop thinking about money as everything, because money ain't. Money look good on this world, but money don't help you on the other world. You know what I'm talking about. So when you're in a relationship and you think you're doing more than the other, that's your family. You're taking care of your family. So you're not doing more than the other. Your family is going to be all right and okay because one of you are being responsible and stepping up and not thinking about everything is about change, nickels and dimes and 50s and 100s, and money comes and goes. Remember that. You can't not take it to the grave. So I don't know what's the big deal about money and who pays out the most and who don't. Because at the end of the day, you can't take it with you. Only thing you're doing is lending it to people. They come to you and they, can I borrow this? Especially kids, can I borrow that? That's what they do. They borrow, can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? And at the end of the day, you don't got it yourself. But you complain about it later. So I tell you, people in relationships, if you need to stick together with the money, that's the problem with relationship. They can't handle the money part. They can do everything but the money. And the emotional part, a woman needs, just like a man. If they don't hear no flattery or nothing, they feel like, do you really care? You know what I'm saying? That's how women think. They want somebody to say, but you look nice today. You know what? Let me go. I'll just go buy her maybe a flower, buy her a lollipop. I love you. This is just showing me that I appreciate what you do. And I just want to show you a little thing, give you a hug and a kiss and let you know I love you and thank you for what you do. Sometimes you have to do that with each other. But when one's doing it, it's not fair to the other. Then you both start stopping and you just go one corner to the other. That's the stupidest relationship I would find. It just really don't no sense. That's what I feel. There's no sense with no talking relationship or relationship that can't compromise. And if you argue every time you talk about something, then you need to check each other because there's something wrong in this bunch. And if money is the problem or kids, you both going to come to a conclusion. You're going to come to a conclusion with your kids, your money, your life. And first of all, you'll deal with God. Because when you're older parents, you're almost at the door anyway. So if you're almost at the door and you're about to leave here, you're going to do whatever you can. So when you do leave, you got your square. You did what you're supposed to here. But this is the problem. Our eyes get bigger than our pockets. Okay? That's a lot of it. It gets bigger than our pockets, and then we want to complain about it. We can't do that, people. Remember, the relationship is work with both of you. It's going to be work. It's nothing easy about you or that person. If you love that person, you're going to fight for each other. When you don't give a crap, you stop fighting, you stop talking, and you're more or less in denial. I had to realize that if you want a good relationship to last long, one of you going to have to compromise, and that means walk away. Might seem like I'm being, I done got downhill, but no, I'm doing it for my family and I'm doing it for my relationship, because relationships, sometimes you push them and you're not ready to push it. That person ain't ready, or they fed up with everything about you, what you do. Then you need to back off. You need to just take it easy, let things work itself out instead of arguing at that time. If If two people arguing, ain't gonna solve nothing. I realized that. I had to realize that when you're arguing, you're making the situation wrong, ladies and gentlemen. You got to remember, talk on another day when you're both feeling and you're at each other, and stop talking and to where you're irritating. And sometimes that person got faults that you marry, that's sick, or they just do things that you disagree with. But you better remember, there's people that are straight, just the craziest couple you ever met in your life. Okay? But at least you got somebody that's willing to compromise and be quiet and think about and try to work and had to learn, because everybody got to learn what makes you tick, you know. And you be around each other so long, you get to thinking you know everything, but you don't. You don't know. You know, maybe you don't know that person, but you do know the person that you married and who you loved and who you don't, you know. But sometimes we don't check each other out. We don't know each other's faults, each other's health. If you knew things about the person that you're with, you probably never would have married them. But you got to remember something. What would you get next? Would you rather a person quiet, is real work with you, or would you want a cheater? Would you want a person that beat you, or you want a person that's just laid back? He might not talk all the time, but he don't do drama and is in peace? Or would you want somebody that's always on the road? Better think about what you're asking for, because everybody ain't perfect. If you think you're going to get the perfect woman, the perfect man, please. You're an American man. America got so much stuff going on. The people's minds is going to you might get you a straight killer. You don't know what you're going to get. So you be thankful for what you do, guys. Stop complaining about it all the time. You pick the woman and you pick the man. Now stop complaining. Stop complaining about their faults or them can't do and can't this, because you're going to mess up the relationship and it's not going to be long, because you got too much hostility and anger towards each other. Love each other, people. Show each other that you love them. Do stuff spontaneous with them. Just do boost your relationship up. Make it fun and exciting. Stop doing stuff like boring stuff. Nothing. Basically nothing. If I have to bring a card every day or something saying that my poems or something, what I got you with is what you need to stick to, because even if you're older, you got to remember that person is longing for your attention. But are you willing to give it? Not when you just want to be left alone. You forgot you're married. You forgot. You figure a marriage, you shut it off and shut it on. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Both of you got emotions and you're going to have to deal with it eventually. You can walk away from it and say, oh, I'm not talking to you today and I'm not this. But that's just, to me, it's just kind of like this. If you're big enough to do the things you do together, then why aren't you big enough to work out the arguments and sensible and stop being so one-sided? I just can't understand relationships that's one-sided. Just because you feel that way doesn't mean the other person do it. The person got a whole different upbringing, whole different idea about life. You can't get mad at them because they're different. As long as you're not, I wouldn't want a cheater. I wouldn't want a killer. I wouldn't want none of that. There's certain people that I'd rather have instead of those. There's people that treat you like trash, but you complain about what you have. But do you realize how valuable what you have when the good sides of things they do, you stop doing all the bad things. Everything's bad that they do. No, it ain't everything bad. There's good things about everybody. You just got to see it and stop judging people with the fact is just because they passed or they might got sick. It's not right. It's not right. They can't help what they dealt with. But you signed it because you mainly married that person. So stop feeling like they did you wrong. No, it's time to step up, especially if you're a male. Male is supposed to take care of their house, okay? Stop thinking that the woman got to do everything. Yes, she got to help, but she ain't got to, if she ain't got a pot to piss in, how she going to help you? You know what I'm saying? She in the same boat you is. So you better remember that before you get mad. Everybody gets mad over money, but don't let money be the rule of your relationship, people. And I just want to say that have a nice day in this LA. And I'm signing off. Would you please subscribe? I'm having a little conversation with I had my mask without my glasses. This is the hardest thing for me to do, y'all. But I wanted to tell y'all, keep your head up in your relationship because believe me, it's hard in these streets. But at the end of the day, you still got your love for a long time. Compromise people. Love each other instead of pointing fingers what you should do. No, you're both in the same boat. If you got money, you're not. At the end of the day, the household money is together. It doesn't matter how you put it over there or put it over there, because something happened to your naked butt, just like your cup naked butt. It goes, that person gonna get it anyway, because you ain't gonna need it. You're gonna go back naked as you return. So stop worrying about money so much. Start putting your life into the important things in life. That's living and enjoying what you can do and what you can't. One gonna do more than the other, and that's just the way it is. And if you don't like that, don't put yourself in that situation, because one of you gonna have to take the better and the worse. That's the problem with relationships. They don't look at it that way. When they first get you, you got a job, you got all that. Never think you're gonna get old and you're gonna have problems. You better recognize what you got before you complain about it. Because to me, if somebody treating me and loving me for who I am and they got to love me inside and out. You can't love part of me and not love all of me. It doesn't work like that, because I got faults and you do too. And to get the relationship to working, we can't look at each other's fault. We got to just say, this is our house and we got to do it. Ain't no ifs, buts about it. We just got to figure it out and do it. And y'all have a nice one. And I'll talk to y'all in LA. LA signing out. And please subscribe at the end of the book. Bye-bye. Peace out.